Dave, a point on the road at Vauxhall Motors this afternoon. What were your overall thoughts on that one?
I think obviously when you come away from any game, you don't sort of win the game, pick up 3 points. It's a little bit disappointing. But the other side to it is on Tuesday night, I questioned the commitment at times and the heart and the fight. That was certainly there today in abundance, particularly second half. The character that the players shown at times, second half, the will to get on the ball, it was looking tough. Today the wind, brilliant facilities, brilliant pitch, but in terms of like the competitiveness and how fast the game was, it was tough to get on the ball, but we did a lot better second half. Thought we should have won the game. We've again conceded poor goals coming from 3 individual errors. Again, it's something that won't carry on. We will stop that, and lads, good players making silly mistakes that just isn't like them, and that they're too good for it to keep happening. So it'll change. Disappointed, but one thing I will say is I'm massively proud of the group today. Like I said, we questioned the character a little bit on Tuesday. I held my hand up, said I made mistakes as well on Tuesday. I think what we saw today was a team performance. Take away the individual errors, and obviously it's a different result, but really proud of the group. I think when you look at, and it's not an excuse, this is facts, when you look at the players who aren't available today, you know, we've got 10 players who aren't here today for one reason or another. No team can cope with that amount of quality that's missing. I know the lads who are here are good enough to play as well, but we're having to force James Neal to play. He's not kicked the ball for 7 weeks, other than half an hour at Mossley on Tuesday. Bobby Carroll, not fit, shouldn't be starting games just yet. He should be coming off and making impacts. Tyler's come back, not played as many minutes, been brilliant today. Kai, you know, struggling a little bit with a couple of niggles, rusty niggles, and we're having to play lads through it because of the injury crisis. So look, we've just got to keep going, regroup. It's only early doors. We're still, you know, within the playoff places, I think, in the league. So we did well today. We should have won the game. I thought we did enough to win the game, particularly second half. But any point away from home's not a bad point. We'll take the points and we'll go again next week.
You touch on obviously the sort of issues with injury, and on today's team selection, I guess it was very much a difficult one, and you very much had to shuffle the pack for many different reasons. Exactly that, and you know, there wasn't an awful lot of science behind the selection today. It was about making sure we had players on the pitch who we thought could match and last the 90 minutes, and that's where we sort of fell on with the team today. Obviously, the side changed the shape to try and manage some of their threats, which we didn't do, particularly first half and early on, which meant a bit of an uphill battle. But like I said, I can't question the lads' character. The fight and the commitment second half was fantastic. The quality is nowhere near what we know the group's capable of. But again, when you're missing 10 players, and looks like Connor's going to be a bad one. He's on his way to A&E now, so for the next race, so I don't know whether it's a ligament or a break, but it's going to look like it's a long one again. So that takes us up to 11 players. Very unlikely any will be back, maybe one. So we're really thin on the ground, but there's still good players in that group, and we're still going to try and get the game, win the game on Saturday. With the sort of injury, I don't want to call it a crisis as such, but with the amount of players you've got out, do you look elsewhere? Do you look to the transfer market when you've got issues like this? Yeah, I think potentially the loan market would be an option for us. It's really difficult to bring players in because unless it's someone hugely special, what happens to them? It's not the right thing to do for the player as well. It's all right saying, we're Bury, we should have players in abundance, but like any business, it's risk mitigation, risk management. You can't have 25 players, 30 players. We've had to put Craig, a coach on the bench today, and a goalkeeper. That's where we're at, because obviously we've got 10 players missing. Gabs might be back. Obviously his partner's hopefully had a baby by now, but was in labour this morning. So hopefully Gabs will be available to train sort of Thursday and play Saturday, be available for Saturday. Maybe one other's got an outside chance, but it's tough at the minute. It really is tough. I've been managing at these levels for probably 7-8 years now, and I've never experienced anything like this. We've gone from having 9 players missing,
4 of them come back and another 4 go out between a Saturday and a Tuesday. And then today was just like, we were training on Thursday, we had to stop early because we've lost Owen Barker in the session from a slight reoccurrence from something he felt on Saturday, and was a bit like, no, it just feels like it's tight. So we had to call it quits on training on early Thursday. It feels like things are going against you at the minute, but I've still got massive confidence in this group. When we get the players back, and we get players back fit and sharp and challenging each other and fully fit, it's going to be a scary proposition. But until then, we've got some work to do, and that's now on us as coaching staff, particularly because we've got to make sure that we manage some of the vulnerabilities we've got because of the players missing. So we need to try and cover some of those gaps, like you do as a manager and a coach all the time. It's about managing weaknesses, managing your weaknesses best you can, and obviously playing to your strengths. So go against Saturday.
And on to that game against Kids Grove, what are your sort of thoughts ahead of that one? I guess it's very much going to be based on players that you've got available at your disposal.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, we'll have to assess and see how training goes this week, and we'll make some decisions. Like you said, we might have a little look, see if there's anything available in the loan market. But I'm so confident with this group of players when people are back. Like, I don't want to be bringing players in. I think we've got an unbelievable squad, a good mixture of profiles, a good mixture of different types of players. And that's something that's probably killed us a little bit as well. It's not just about having good players on the pitch, which we have got even today. It's about profiles and how people sort of work together and play together, different types of players at centre-half, midfielders, the 10 and striker and wide players and full-back. So, look, like I said, it's been tough. We will regroup and we'll go again next week.
Perfect, thanks for your time.
Thank you.